I'm the youngest leader in my firm's history. I try and implement extreme ownership and default aggressiveness in my team. Being so young, some of my elder subordinates sometimes dismiss my directives. How do I lead those people effectively?
Okay, so I actually hate when I get this question or questions like this because it means that I've screwed up. That's what it means. I don't like to screw up, but when I see a question like this, it means that somebody has misinterpreted the message a little bit. They haven't read the dichotomy of leadership for sure, in my opinion, because if you read the dichotomy of leadership, you'll see that extreme ownership and default aggressive are supposed to be balanced. And so that's what's going on here. You got someone that's like, you know what? I'm going to take extreme ownership. Hey, we're doing this my way. I'm the boss. I'm a leader. And that's just horrible. And everyone hates you. So, bro, you're young. They don't hate you because you're young. They're not mad at you because you're inexperienced. They don't dismiss you because you are a decade younger than them. That's not why it's happening. It's happening because you are lacking humility. You haven't built up any relationship with these people. You haven't built up any leadership capital with them. You haven't asked them how they think they should do things. You haven't asked them what they've been doing for the last 22 years while you were going to middle school, right? So come in, be humble. The best way to gain respect from people, and this is what's hard to do, this is what's hard to understand. You want people to respect you? Ask them a question. Listen to what they have to say. Listen to their opinion. If they come up with a good plan, use their plan. The worst way to gain respect from people is to go in and demand respect from people, is to go in and say, I'm implementing default aggressive. Have you not heard of that? You never read Extreme Ownership, have you? I'll tell you what, that's the way we're doing it here. I'll get you a copy so you can read up and get on board with my program. These are all bad. So I'm not trying to say you sound just like that, but you might sound something like that, and you don't need to be too far off that. So appreciate that you're getting after it, but what you need to get after more is some balance. Be humble, listen to the team, listen to what they have to say, ask for their input, follow their input when you can. That's a little black belt move. It's a little black belt. It's actually a blue belt move, but blue belt, purple belt move. Like, hey, my team gives me input. I listen to them. We actually, hey, Echo, how do you think we should? I think we should attack this target from the north. Okay, sounds good. Why don't we roll with that? That's a blue belt move, man. What's a white belt move? Negative. No, the white belt move is like, hey, Echo, we're doing this. We're attacking this target from the south. You got any questions? And you're like, well, I think I could, from the north might be a little bit better. That might be what you think, but that's not what we're doing.
Plus, I'm in charge.
Because I got ownership of this whole thing. And I'm default aggressive. So do what I said. So don't be that guy, man. Try and back off a little bit. Try and form. As a leader, you should be looking at like one of your primary goals, if not your primary goal, is to form a relationship with your team, with the people on your team. Yeah. Man, so get it done.
I remember in jiu-jitsu one time, Greg McIntyre, Greg Train. Yes. He was teaching a move, and the move that he was teaching, he apparently got from me. And so he was teaching this move or whatever, and I was sitting there, and he was teaching. He taught it good, taught it way better than I could teach, way better. In fact, he taught it. I simply probably could not teach this move. And and after he was done, he was like, "Hey, Echo does this move really good to the class. Echo, do you have anything to add to the move?" And I was like, "Oh, no, I don't remember if I did. I don't think I did, but just that feeling, He included me in it, and man, it was so empowering, even though it was, in his mind. And I actually thinking back kind of in my mind, like that was kind of my move, Yeah,
what move was it?
It was a guard pass move.
Okay.
The one I always do to you. Depends on what you mean by always. But but nonetheless, like just how you say, like how you ask their input kind of thing. It's like you include them in the thing.
It's not just asking it. It's actually receiving it and implementing it. That's the closure of the move.
Man, yeah.
Right? That's the closure of the move.
Bro, talk about like a feeling. And granted, me and Greg are good friends anyway, but I'm just saying, like, you can imagine that situation, how anyone would feel when you, especially if you're older than this little young buck. Who does he think he is? And then he comes to you, you're like, oh hell yeah, okay, this guy knows, like, we can do this together. You can really get that feeling, I would imagine anyway.
That's what you want to do, Mr. Youngest Leader in your firm's history.
Dang, congrats on that,
Yeah,
though.
congrats
Dang,
on it.
kick
Yeah,
ass.
you're getting after it. What got you there may not get you to the next level. What got you there might have been like being aggressive and making things happen and stepping up. That's cool. But if you piss off everyone in your department, that's not going to work out good for you. They'll start to undermine you. They'll sabotage you. So you got to be careful.
Yeah, it's rough.
Check.
Next question.
I mean, okay. Is there a possibility that everyone in the department you got put in there to straighten things out? That's a different question. That's a different question. Let me tell you something else. When people are dismissing what you're saying, that's a horrible sign. One of the leadership books that we covered, the rule was don't give commands that aren't going to be followed. Because every time you give a command that you know isn't going to be followed, that's not going to work out good for you. It's reinforcing the fact that no one needs to listen to you. So don't be giving orders that are being dismissed. If somebody doesn't do something, you go, hey man, I know that I might have come across a little wrong when I was talking to you about, getting this done, this part of this task done, and I see it's still not done. Is there some support that you need from me? Is there some help that you need from me? Because this is important. I probably didn't do a good job of explaining why it's important, but it's actually connected to this larger project that we're doing over at headquarters. And this is our part of the task, and I don't think I explained that very well, but do you need anything else from me to maybe move this along? You can't just allow things to be for you to give directions and they just get blown off.
Yeah.
Like, that's not good. And what I'm not saying is, oh, you blew off my order, now I'm going to go high order on you. Right? That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense too. Because man, if I had a boss who I was primed to dismiss any of his directives,
Yeah.
and it happened successfully, like I
yeah.
dismissed it, and there was really no real repercussions. Oh, you better believe I'm picking and choosing what I'm
Oh
following.
yeah. And by the way,
what I'm not.
he's testing the envelope anyways. He's testing to see what he can get away with. Like, because he sees you're young buck rolling in here, thinks he's going to tell me what to do. Watch this. I'm not going to listen to you. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Now, if you fly off the handle and go nuts, you know what? You'll get them to do it immediately. Yeah. And then guess what? You're going to get undermined. You're going to get usurped. They're going to have the project fail just so they can get rid of you. They're going to laugh at you.
Yeah, that's bad.
As you're getting walked out by the HR department. So you got to be careful, man. You got to be careful. That's what I'm saying. Balance these things out. Balance extreme ownership. Get the book Dichotomy of Leadership. That's what it's about. It's about being balanced.